Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma Blurose, and today we are doing a draw my life. As you're going to see, I am not the best drawer in the world, definitely not one of my talents, but I had fun making this video. So, to get started, I was born on June 6, 2001, which makes me 17, almost 18, whoop whoop, and I was born in Troy, Michigan. This is my attempt at creating Michigan, where it's always cold and chilly, but I'm glad that I was born there, because it's where I'm from. I was born into the Romanian community, if you didn't know that. It's a big part of who I am. I still go to Romanian church. I'm still Romanian, because that doesn't really change. But I was born with my dad being the worship leader, and that's where I get my instinct of worship leading and just my love for it. And one of my first memories is me dancing and singing around the church while my dad's leading a worship practice, and I can just remember seeing my skirt twirl, and it's just one of my favorite memories from Michigan, and one of the only memories I have from Michigan. But Michigan was always cold and freezing, and there's not many good memories that I have of it just because I was so young, but some of the good memories I do have is the fact that it was fall and that it was beautiful in the fall, and just the smell and everything, because they actually have 4 seasons in Michigan, unlike Texas where there's only like 2. But I just remember jumping the leaves, and right here I'm drawing some memory of my next door neighbors, and we would always play with foam swords and jump on trampolines and play games all day, and I just had a lot of fun. I had a fun childhood, and I was always outside, always doing things, and I'm glad that I had the people in Michigan from my church and my school that I could be able to hang out with and grow with, and I'll always remember them. But when I was about 8 years old, we moved from Michigan to Dallas, Texas, and there I met some of my childhood friends, David and Sarah, who I still am pretty close to today, and I love them. But in the summer times, Brendan lived in San Antonio at the time, where I lived in Dallas, and Brendan is someone I grew up with. He's my cousin. He's been on my channel before. My best friend, my brother, the brother I never had, and we always travel and do things together, and he had a huge impact on who I am today. But after going 2 years to Romanian church in Dallas, we decided to go to an American church. There I met some of my favorite worship people I will never forget, and that's where my heart for worship came alive, because it was the first time I was able to lead an actual worship band at the age of 12. So I'm very privileged and very blessed that I had the opportunity to do that. When I turned 13 though, we moved from Dallas to San Antonio, and that meant a new school, a new church, and I was not happy about it. 8th grade year was the worst year of my whole entire life, or at least in just my school. It was just the worst school year of my whole entire life. I hated it because I got comfortable where I was at in Dallas in my church, and I was starting to lead worship, and I felt like I didn't understand why we moved. But we went to a Romanian church in San Antonio, and I got put to be the keyboard player, and I met the youth, and that's where I met my worship partner for life, Ben, who is the drummer, and now we are worship leaders together, and I'm so glad that I met him and met all the youth in my church. And sooner or later, my journey in church will begin to grow, which I'll explain later. But after that, I started high school, 9th grade. It was amazing. I was in band, I played bassoon, chimes, marimba. I was known as Chimes Girl. Homecoming, football games, and that's where I met my best friend Emma. And she was an oboe, I was a bassoon player, both double reeds. But I love her so much, and I loved high school. High school has been an amazing experience for me, and especially freshman and sophomore year were just some of my favorite memories that I'll never, ever, ever forget. In July of 2016, that's when I went to my first Camp Open Heaven, and there I did a talent show, and I really knew no one at all, and this is when I first just kind of showed the world my first original, and I just sang. No one knew me. I didn't have any friends really, but that would change in due time. November 2016, and I got braces. That is the creepiest thing you will ever see in your whole entire life. It literally looks like it's from a horror movie. I'm so sorry, I cannot draw. But basically, I was a nerd, and I was that ugly, so yeah, let's just ignore that. December 2016, I went on my second actual mission trip to Mexico. Second mission trip, but it was to Mexico, and I went with Brendan, and there both of our lives were changed. And it was an amazing experience, and I go every year still. In February 2017, I went to my first Winterfest, where I was first asked to lead with Mano and Wana, who are a couple, and they are a band who often play at different events, and they invited me to sing. In April 2017, I started Emma Blurose, and that's where why I'm here today. May 2017, me and Brendan decided to get baptized after our mission trip, and it was the best day of my life because I had a new life and I declared publicly that I was God's child. In May 2017, I got invited again by Manu and Wana to sing at my first convention in Chicago, the I Am Culture convention. It continued to grow me and open up doors for me, and God was really moving in this, and in that I started meeting new people. Like in May 2017, I met my best friend, Crystal. That's when I officially remember meeting her. Apparently we've met before, but that's when I officially remember meeting her. And June 2017, I went blonde. That was an amazing thing I did because I hate my brown hair and I love being blonde, so that's good. In Camp Up in Heaven 2018, it would have been my dream to lead at camp since I can remember, and I got to lead with one of my closest friends, Doina, the last night, and it was something I'll never forget. God really showed up and he really moved, and God continued to use me. In September 2017, Brendan got sent to the Air Force, and in June, he actually met the love of his life, Bailey, and who is now my not my future sister-in-law, now my sister. And but Brendan went to the Air Force, and it was just a really sad time. But April 2018 was prom, and I went with Emma. It was super fun, and I wish I could go and do it all over again. I miss it. In July 2018, I got my braces off. Still look creepy, but I got my braces off. I was very, very happy. In July 2018, I got my first job at Sonic. I do not recommend eating there. Please don't eat there. I'm just going to say that again. Please do not eat there. Warning, don't eat there. Anyway, but yeah, my first job at Sonic. In July 2018, I went to COH, Camp Up in Heaven, and it was my first official time leading. I only led one night the year before, but this is my first time leading. And honestly, this was like the first time I realized how much God had blessed me and meeting new people and not being alone and just meeting new people across states. And I got to spend time with some of my closest friends and best friends. In August 2018, I became a senior. Whoop, whoop, woohoo. December 2018, Brendan and Bailey got married. And now they're very happy, and they have a little dog, and he's still in the Air Force, obviously, and they're just doing very good, so I'm very happy for them. New Year's 2018 came around, and I went to Atlanta, where I got to hang out with my sister squad, who are, like, my best friends, and I began recording for my upcoming album. Whoop, whoop. I'm so excited, but thank you to Vadim and Crystal, you guys are amazing, and it was the new year, so Happy New Year. Woohoo! And we officially entered into 2019. In January 2019, I got accepted into UTSA, and I was super excited, which meant that in March 2019, I had to audition for the music school in UTSA. And unfortunately, I got put on the waiting list. I have a video about it, but it really made me sit and trust in God and know that everything's going to work out in due time, and we'll see what happens. But in March 2019, we got a new pastor at our church, and we had almost of a revival at our church. That was supposed to be a flame, but it ended up looking like a pineapple, but just ignore it, pretend like it's a flame. But I got refilled in the Holy Spirit, and it was just one of the greatest nights of my life. In April 10th, 2019, I officially became a music major at UTSA for voice, and God opened that door, and it's been amazing ever since, and I can't wait to start that chapter of my life. But throughout my life, God has opened doors. He's closed doors. I'm grown in him, and I learn every day. And I've had ups and downs. I've been happy and sad. But through it all, I've had amazing people and amazing memories just throughout all my life. And what's next? I honestly don't know. I'm just trusting in God. I'm going to graduate. But all I can say is thank you. Thank you to every single person that has made an impact on my life, to every single person who has trusted me, every good and bad person that has come into my life. Thank you, because without it, I would not be the person I am today. But through it all, I'm happy I went through everything that I did, good and bad, because it made me into the person I am today, and I couldn't imagine my life any other way. So thank you guys so much. Thank you to God. Thank you to every person that's watching this. You guys are amazing. I know that the video's ended, but I love you guys so much more than you'll ever know, and I'm just so grateful that God has given me this platform and this position to be able to sing, to be able to worship, and to be able to spread the gospel in the best way I know how. So, yeah, praise God for an amazing and a blessed life. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.